This is the evening wrap of January 21st, 2022. I am Nikki Magbanwa. And now for the headlines brought to you by ISK Tech Pest Management Services and Maxer Store. New City Poll Chief does not expect Bacolod mayoral candidates to use violence. Guv Bong goes into isolation. Yanson matriarch says she is not siding with any politician. City Poll registrar advises public on checkpoints. The following headlines are brought to you by Nagris Grace Pharmacy. Power rates in Bacolod, other areas down in January. In DNX Crime, alleged rapist abducted in broad daylight. Son saddened by mom's hospitalization hangs self. 113 hospital employees get COVID. Headlines were also brought to you by NAR Gun Club and Sam Slim Gym.
From the Broadcast Center of Digital News Exchange in Bacolod City, this is Studio A Reports.
The weather report is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy, now open to serve you in Bacolod City at Quezon Building, corner Gatuslao, San Sebastian Streets, and Beer Taxi. Skyly Bress brings us the details of the weather forecast.
Weathercast reports partly cloudy skies tonight over Negros Occidental with temperature of 24 degrees Celsius and 15% chance of rain. Tomorrow, expect mostly cloudy skies with temperature of 31 degrees Celsius and 15% chance of rain. Meanwhile, in Bacolod City, partly cloudy skies tonight with temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and 16% chance of rain. Tomorrow, expect partly cloudy skies with temperature of 32 degrees Celsius and 19% chance of rain. Tomorrow, sun rises at 6:11 a.m. and sun sets at 5:48 p.m. This is Kylie Bress reminding you that behind every dark cloud, there is a silver lining.
Tonight's top story is brought to you by Falcon Marketing Corporation. New City Poll Chief Revo Sorbito does not expect Bacolod mayoral candidates to use violence. Skyly Bress has this report.
Newly assumed Bacolod City Election Registrar Attorney Revo Sorbito said he is not expecting mayoral candidates to use violence in the coming 2022 election. Sorbito said he believes if such acts would happen, it might be committed by supporters and not necessarily ordered by candidates themselves. He also described Mayor Evilio Leonardia as peace-loving and his opponent Albi Benitez as a calm person. Leonardia and Benitez are running for mayoral post of Bacolod City.
Most probably, if there would be election violence, no, or related violence, definitely it will not be with the direction, no, or approval or tolerance of the candidates, no. But most probably, if that happens, and we pray that it does not, no, it will be from the supporters who are very loyal to both candidates.
Skyly Bress reporting for DNX News.
In other news brought to you by Brad Bite. Negros Occidental Governor Eugenio Lacson has been on self-isolation since yesterday, January 20th, after experiencing sore throat, although he was non-reactive based on a rapid antigen test result. Lacson was observed to have been experiencing sore throat when he spoke during the distribution of relief assistance for Typhoon Odette victims in the towns of Kawayan and Hinubaan. The governor was advised by his doctor to take at least 3 days of rest after making long trips over the province for about a week to deliver assistance for Negrenses. Meanwhile, Yanson matriarch Olivia Yanson said Volicar Transit Incorporated has remained apolitical in the local elections. A press release from the bus company said VTI founder Ricardo Yanson was resolute in his stand that the company would never be involved with any political party. The Yanson matriarch said politics is not her cup of coffee and never will be, adding that she is too old for it and she will rather choose to serve her fellow Negrosanons without any political affiliations. In other news, newly assigned Bacolod City Elections Chief Revo Sorbito advised the public on how to deal with checkpoints of the police and COMELEC. He said motorists, passenger must lower or turn off car lights and open car windows, but not necessarily have to step out of the car, as authorities will only be conducting visual search or plain viewing. However, travelers passing through checkpoint areas need to present permits and license. As the checkpoints over the city continue in accordance with the COMELEC policy, those who possess firearms during the election season will also be nabbed because of the gun ban fallacy.
The primary reason and purpose for the COMELEC checkpoints is basically to ensure peace and order. This is done nationwide, of course. This is a national mandate from the Commission. And this is not actually different from any ordinary checkpoints that our PNP and AFP are doing regularly. Because the purpose of course, of the checkpoints, regular checkpoints, is of course also to ensure peace and order. On the other hand, the specific purpose of the COMELEC checkpoint is in order to enforce our gun ban, basically.
We bring you more stories tonight here on the Evening Wrap. I am Nikki Magbanwa. This story is brought to you by Ernest Fruit Stand. The Central Negros Electric Cooperative has confirmed a lowering of rates for the month of January. The average residential rate for this month is 7.59 pesos per kilowatt hour, a decrease of 1.17 peso per kilowatt hour from last month's rate of 8.77 pesos per kilowatt hour. The rate reduction, according to Seneco, can be attributed to the reduction in generation, transmission, and system loss charges. Seneco also advised its consumers to monitor their monthly electricity usage, to look at their kilowatt-hour consumption and not on the bill amount, since these vary depending on the pass-through charges. In crime, Baguio City Chief of Police Lieutenant Colonel Joem Malong said the abduction that happened last January 18, 10 a.m. in the morning could be death-related. Police had earlier identified the victim as Johnson Garfel, a resident of La Carlota City, a former district jail inmate facing rape charges. He was supposed to have a court hearing last Wednesday. Initial investigation revealed that two men riding separate motorcycles wearing helmets cornered him as they forced Garfel on board a white Toyota Avanza. Witnesses have also recorded the abduction incident.
We went to Kawayan. Ang wife niya nagambal mismo nga may kaistorya ni siya days before sang incident nga may ginasukot niya nga victim. Now, may gin-mention na siya nganin, pero amo pa ni siya ang subject for investigation naton, and according sa mga iban na natin informant, may ginasukot daw din siyang around 350,000 halindid to the subject nganin.
Meanwhile, the body of a man was found hanging in San Carlos City yesterday as police investigation revealed that the man had been suffering from depression since his mother was confined in a hospital for 8 days now. Police said the victim was identified as Pablito Flores, 30, who hung himself using a nylon cord. In other news, a total of 113 employees of the Corazon Locsin Montelibano Memorial Regional Hospital have been affected by COVID-19 since January 1 to 18. 70% of the said affected employees are not part of the hospital's COVID team, as 89% of them are fully vaccinated, while 11% are either partially vaxxed and unvaxxed. Meanwhile, majority of them are enrolled with the hospital's supervised home isolation program. For more news and updates, log on to www.dnx.news. And that was for our Evening Wrap. This is Nikki Magbanwa. Have a great weekend.
From the Broadcast Center of Digital News Exchange in Bacolod City, this is Studio A Reports.